So here's how it works. He plays a song. I interrupt him at some point. Then we do a podcast.
Nah, really.
So,
Oh man, I wonder what I was invited to.
okay, so
I wonder.
Yeah. Anytime, Bear Bud.
welcome to the LHS podcast. My name is Morgan Drake, and I'm here with Dalton Bruce again. We're back again. This is episode 6 or 7. I'm sorry I shouted. You look uncomfortable. Today,
We were very uncomfortable.
We're always uncomfortable.
so
I mean, we're not supposed to be on camera. We're backstage.
There's a
No,
reason
no,
that
you got
tech.
this.
I don't like yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't put 2 and 2 together yet, we are the tech crew for the musical.
Connie, we're getting there.
You stole his line.
Well, we said like tech 7 times, so I'm just saying.
You stole his line, Connie.
Calm down.
You're gonna
Everyone,
flip the mic so hard.
I mean, we have a new setup.
I know, I'm
we have
impressed
shiny
by
things now.
Shiny.
Oh my god, shiny! It's more
that
of a
used
matte
to be
finish.
that used to be the tiniest webcam in the world, and now it's like a slightly bigger, tiniest camera in the world.
But it's more of a matte.
And now we
finish, it's not
have,
really
and now we
shiny.
don't have a microphone right here, so it'll be a little bit
Yes.
harder to.
So now the next time we have Drew on the show, he can shout without fear of clicking the microphone. The audio on that was so bad.
Don't
was
test
funny,
him,
though.
he'll probably still end up doing it.
He'll walk over to the mic and just yell into
Don't
it.
Right,
sing
please
Alice
don't.
in Chains on the show.
Okay.
Plus, he just got super up close to the
He
mic.
did do that. Okay, so
Hello.
this is Tech Theater. Theater Techs.
Hi.
Techie theater.
Okay.
So,
What's up?
contrary to popular belief, we don't film on Fridays. We just release on Fridays. We film at other days of the week, usually Thursdays, much to my dismay, because I usually want to do things on Thursdays, but
Too bad.
we persevere. So,
life's so
with
hard.
me are my lovely guests. The loveliest of all being you want to introduce yourself, say your name and what you do?
Connie. I know. You'll always be number one in my.
We all know
Actually, I'm pretty sure Connie's the loveliest. but-
Connie kind of. We all.
I mean,
know
it's Connie.
Connie's
You say yourself under feels
Connie's
better.
the-
Okay.
I mean, I think I
he's-
obviously outdo everyone here, but
Yeah, sure. Sure.
so Hunter, what do you
So-
do? What's your name?
I'm Hunter, and I'm just
Hey, full name. Come
You
on,
said
be
that-
professional.
You said you also said the answers in the wrong order.
Yeah.
You will lose points for that.
Wait, wait, boys. You're being.
This will be on the test. Come
Whatever
on.
you say.
It's gonna be on a test? Oh
Yes.
god.
Okay, so full name and what you do.
Oh God, full name.
You're not God. Come on.
Hit him, he's out of my range.
You don't know.
This is so hard for you for some reason.
Come on.
You are all idiots.
Come on. Oh,
Wow.
Except Connie and Grace.
Get out! Get out!
You know,
No,
as your manager,
don't leave.
I suggest you
As-
be nice.
You know what? Since you won't answer, let's move on to Grace. Grace, what's your name and what's your role?
I'm Grace Derby. I'm stage manager for the lovely musical that's going on.
It went from musical to lovely musical in one breath.
The Mew Lovely musical. The Mew Lovely.
And what as manager do you do?
Everything.
He's not.
Let her say it.
I am backstage. I have a headset so I can communicate with our other stage manager, Brittany, and whoever is up in the lights.
She's like Agent Smith from The Matrix.
They're
Yeah,
a bit
sure.
bigger. It's more like a pilot. Think that. Like,
The- oh, are they the black and red
I have a
ones?
headset as
If
well.
they're the black and red ones,
I
I
don't.
want a pair of
no,
those.
they're like bluish,
Oh, okay.
right?
I don't
Aaron
have
has
one.
this lovely black and red sound canceling
I'm not-
headphones. They're
I'm
so
Oh,
not-
are
good.
those the ones that make him look like Princess Leia?
Yes.
I'm
Wait,
not
who's
good.
this?
Aaron,
You're wrong.
creeped,
Oh,
tech guy.
okay.
The old
not good
skin.
enough to have
So,
one.
The one that absolutely hates
so
Lars.
after that
Yeah.
lovely example of how to give an introduction, what is your name and what do you do?
I'm never gonna finish.
Just go there.
Just
Okay,
Just saying.
I'm Hunter Lindler, and I'm part of the running crew. Basically, I just
And you're
take
afraid of the camera, apparently.
Yes, I'm
So
terrified
am
of
I.
the camera. We're not supposed to be
I'm
on
talking
stage
to
or
you
camera,
guys,
so
not the camera.
There's a reason why we're tech.
Yeah.
yeah, we're not supposed to be on stage or on
Not
camera.
exactly photogenic.
I take
But
apart
make
the
sure you're all
scene.
orange.
No, no. Yes, I've always wanted to be orange.
You take
Donald Trump.
You take apart.
No.
Don't stop.
Stop! No!
We have a nuclear bomb on the show now.
Yes, nuclear bomb.
No. We are not gonna
This
trigger
is what
this.
we're going to avoid this episode.
There's a reason that I did not want Austin and
Let's
Connie
go.
in the same room.
Let's go.
Oh man.
It's okay. It's
So-
okay. It's okay.
So,
Do we want to go through?
what do you? So what do you do?
I move the scenes around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never got to finish.
Was that so hard?
I
Very.
couldn't help out with that. Like the other assistant manager, stage manager. She's technically assistant, but whatever.
Yeah.
We will kind of direct, and we figured out who's taking what on and off set for each scene change, and he helps out with that. And so does we have. How many tech crew or running crew do we have?
There's 6, 8 counting you guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
that's a lot.
Are you-
less
have
than I
you-
thought there was
Are
gonna
you
be.
good? Okay. Now, Connie, Miss, the capital is my diving board.
Same.
Right? My name is Constance Walter. I go by Connie on occasion.
Okay, Constance.
Okay, I don't care. I work sound, specifically hooking actors up to their mics, and I'm supposed to be doing a couple sound cues during the musical, but I kind of transferred that responsibility onto somebody else. Since between like on a scale of 1 to 10, like 1 being low stress and 10 being, super like triggered by the word My Fair Lady.
I'm a solid 35.9.
No, Connie's a jump off the roof.
I'm like so ready to swan dive off the Capitol. That's how bad this has gotten.
Well, I've also noticed something. The theme has shifted from me wearing the shirts to her wearing the shirts.
Right. We
I
have
mean, I'm supposed to wear black,
we have
so-
some likeness
That's
here.
not all black though.
Yeah,
Oh
Connie.
my god, fight me!
Connie, let's go.
go.
Catch
Connie.
these hands!
Oh god.
Yeah!
It's not the color of the shirt, it's the decal on it.
I'm just imagining the headline tomorrow morning, and for some reason, cars on State Street heard the phrase "Cannonball!" coming from the Capitol.
And then a crater opened up in the air.
Jeez.
Yes!
That's the plan anyway, Connie.
It's like the.
What
Can you
time-
wait till
What
Monday?
time are we meeting?
Can you wait till Monday?
Yeah,
though?
we're gonna wait till Monday.
just
We have
want,
to
like,
get the
We're needed.
The first
But I'm trying to
night
avoid
of
it.
My Fair Lady
Oh,
ends,
okay.
and then you just see the Russian meteor footage.
Jesus.
This is what stress does to people.
Turns them into meteorites.
Yeah, you.
No,
they
Connie
burn
and
up
I
in the
spent like a
asteroid.
good 20 minutes in a collab room just kind of freaking out. It was a fun time.
Why?
Laughing about it.
Well,
what about
Because we're really stressed out and we're all like real triggered by
Like
the play.
here's
We're
a
all
little bit
triggered
of
by
like
the
here.
name.
No. We all just need to tone down a bit here. Like
You're
so-
saying.
You want to swan dive up the Capitol.
No. That's the reason. There is a reason. You see, I have a little bit of insider information, and
You mean backstage information?
shut up.
We're-
God, this is about me, not about you. It's about me.
I mean, it's my podcast.
Yeah,
But it's
we're-
about the.
Hey,
It's Austin's podcast, actually.
We are your guests.
We're your
He's gonna
guests.
hate us while he's at it.
Anyways,
Maybe a little bit.
anyways,
if
so-
he edits it.
with my insider information, we had a shift in lead, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
yeah. So one of the big reasons why we're stressing is because our new lead has, as of my knowledge, not memorized all of her lines.
Oh dear.
I would like
All
to
of
point
them.
out it's not her fault. She has done a fantastic job.
She's only had like a week.
She's done a
I'm
fantastic
extremely
job.
proud of her.
I almost swore, not gonna lie.
Careful.
Insert expletive here. Okay, she's done a
You know, you could
fantastic.
have rolled right past it. No one would have noticed, but now you had to go back.
We could have gotten the
Comedy,
bleep.
it's for the sake
It's
of
fine.
You could have gone with bleep. The only bleep ever, and it was attributed to Connie.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh.
Announcements.
Shannon Sorensen, if you're in the building, please call the
Shout out to Shannon.
Shannon Sorensen, you just ruined the podcast. Thanks.
Shout out to you.
Shannon Sorensen,
We'll edit
stop
that
by
out.
the tech desk and pick up your prize.
But so she's been doing a fantastic job. Like she's had like a total of a
The
week.
sassiest fantastic that I've ever heard.
She's honestly being sincere. She has
Yeah,
to learn
yeah.
music,
Connie
choreography.
doesn't
Yeah, she's had a
Choreo-
week to do
choreography, music, lines,
all of that.
It's
everything in
in a
a
week.
week. And she has done a fantastic job. But the reason why we're stressing is because how many times did she call line last night? Because I wasn't there last night.
5 or 6.
yeah.
5 or 6. I mean,
Granted,
yeah,
Wardner said that it was a good
it
good
was
run.
good, but it's
it was,
still
it was.
stressful. Like
it is.
nothing against her. though.
So can Can I ask? Because a lot of people won't know. A lot of people won't know what's going on. Can I ask what the reason for the shift in lead is?
I don't think we should say
Yeah,
I don't
anything
think
because it is a
we're at
very
liberty
personal
to
matter.
talk
It's
about that.
our
Alright.
lead,
Alright.
so
Okay.
Very good. That
That's
sounds
just
like
so
the least sassy you've ever been. I was gonna tell Morgan that there's no off to her sassy switch.
I mean, clearly it's just bringing up something that we might get all suspended for talking about. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily
We avoided it.
suspension. It's just
It's
that
just-
I
it's
might
like a-
not have
you'll
friends
be
after.
blacklisted from being on a play.
And it's just kind of like a courtesy thing not to
Yeah.
go into it.
Yeah.
So let's move on. I think I'm going to talk about experience first. So I'll start with Hunter because I don't know your answer. Have you ever worked on a play before?
I have once in middle school. It was the I Never Saw Another Butterfly play that we did.
Oh yeah, I never went to that one.
I never did either. 'Cause
Of course you guys
Morgan
did.
and I were in Mandan,
it
so I don't even
sounded
know what
really
you're talking
depressing,
about.
so I decided to opt out of that one.
It was.
I
And
didn't
I
need
did
any more of
sound
that.
for it.
I'm actually going to go counterclockwise across the table because I want to actually know because it seems like something you'd have done.
Bruce.
I have no experience with play work.
Really?
Actually, all right. If I look back, the farthest back I look. Oh man.
The farthest back you can see is like that wall.
I've
Actually, it's behind you.
I've literally never done any sort of like play work. Like the closest thing ever is we did a demonstration for Taekwondo, and God, that sucked. No one but me remembered any of their techniques, so I was kind of
Hashtag humble brag.
I was just kind of
my
there,
friend,
and everyone else didn't know what they were doing, so I was kind of just standing there holding a kicking bag randomly, and they were just all staring at me like, I don't know what to do. You should tell me what to do, and I'm just like. Nope, you're gonna stand there like an idiot because you decided not to learn what you were supposed to learn.
Technique.
I'm actually curious, Morgan. Do you have any
Triggered.
techniques?
Yeah.
This is why I'm going counterclockwise because I,
'Cause you wanted to talk about
I have a great answer here.
Is it no?
In elementary school.
Oh, God.
In elementary school.
We go way back here.
So as a kid, I moved around a lot. Like I was in 4 elementary schools
Same,
in my
actually.
like
Wow.
6 years. So I moved
6
around a
years
lot as a little
elementary
kid. But yeah, kindergarten plus 5 grades. Bruh.
That's how it works.
Yeah, come on, Hunter.
Bruh.
So, but every year we had, it was Mr. Stone and Miss Berg in Montana, in Helena, Montana. Helena, Montana.
Triggered. Didn't even have her as a teacher. Triggered.
Basically.
In Helena, Montana, and we did a play every year. It was one play because we were like tiny little children. We could only focus for so long, so we'd take like 6 months to do one play, and that was it. And every single one of those plays, I volunteered myself for a part, and I almost always got one. And I think my bravest moment was when I was the mayor of Grammar Gulch, which was a play about cowboys who used words to fight each other. So like the renegades,
Boy.
the renegades came into town and they said ain't. Instead of guns, they would use bad grammar, so they'd say like ain't in a sentence, and then like one of the deputies would fall, something like that.
I
It was
feel like
just-
I would have done something
The-
like that because I was homeschooled and that's just of the hour.
Boy.
it was amazing.
what we would do.
But I was the mayor, and I was the mayor in that play, and in a somewhat telling sign. That was my first big role in a play, and I had to dress up, and all of the clothes they had were for like 6th graders, and I was a 4th grader, so I had this giant coat, like this really bad gray coat that had shoulder pads out to here and sleeves down to here, and I was just like constantly rolling them up. And in every scene I was in, I'd do this, and then the coat would just fly back.
So is there video recording of this? Because
Yeah.
I would love to see this.
At least pictures.
I think it does exist in Helena, but I'd have to go back.
Bosch,
Go back.
find this video, put it right here.
There's no way Bosch could. This was pre-YouTube days. This was
Find the video.
pre-Facebook days.
You were in 4th grade, so that was 8 years ago.
Yeah,
and
YouTube's
that would mean that
6
it
years
was. No, because
Huh.
YouTube was
It's around somewhere,
2005.
Bosch. Find it.
Oh,
Put
okay.
it.
So it was started.
Put it on the wall behind
him.
him.
2016 minus 8. I'm
There's.
blanking out.
It's never gonna come up again, and I'm sad. But I wanted to talk about it on an episode of the podcast.
I think Bosch should try to find that video and just post
That
it
means
right
you
behind
did
you.
There's no way it's
2008, didn't you?
I have no idea.
If you're in 4th grade.
I don't know. Connie, I know your answer.
Yeah, I was in the musical last year, but like if we go back to elementary school as well, when I was in like 2nd grade, I went to, I think it was Roosevelt here in Bismarck, I think. Yeah, and I was a part of this little musical thing that we did in 2nd grade, and it was about like the farmer and the dell, except it was just about like the cheese wheel. I can't remember the name of it to save a life. No, it was about the cheese, right? And the cheese went all around the world to meet his cousins and whatnot. It was so weird.
One of our guests, one of our audience members just left because they have PTSD.
I mean, like,
I triggered Keanu.
I cannot remember the name of it, but I played the child in the
If you
musical.
know the name, just say
I don't know the name.
Gosh darn.
I played Bree. No, you were Bree at Roosevelt, right?
No, I was Miller.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, yes.
Keanu's been
If
triggered.
we're going into the actual, like,
But
performances.
yeah.
Oh.
But anyways,
Let her finish.
so what? So I played the child in the musical, and it was the most traumatizing experience of my life. This is where I figured out I am not meant for the stage.
Most traumatizing experience. This is coming
She
from
had a muscle
someone
spasm.
who might have been low-key hit on in middle school by a teacher, and that was the most.
Which
the
teacher?
most.
You don't
traumatizing.
understand. I was in front of a
Low-key.
room full of like teachers and like parents and students and people who were extremely judgmental of me already, and I completely blanked out on what my line was, and I stood there for a total of 5 minutes trying to like
Did you like move out
process
your
I was
watch
on.
at some point? Just,
No,
how long you guys
no,
gonna
because
stand
my
there?
mom remembers. My mom came and she absolutely hated it. Which is
Wow,
why she doesn't go to a lot of my
Kristen is
events. Yeah, pretty much. Thanks, Mom, if you're gonna watch
Are
this.
you looking at
She
this guy?
probably
Is she dead? Is that what
She is not dead.
She definitely isn't gonna watch the
See,
podcast.
we're like in the basement, so it's like an upper.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Well, looking up at my mom because she is slightly taller than
The
me.
parking lot is like over there. Where are you?
The
where are you
hotel is
looking?
over there.
Yeah,
The
looking
hotel's
that way.
Thanks, Mom. But I was in front of like all these people, and for 5 minutes I stood there in absolute silence as the choir teacher was whispering my line.
Been there. I have been there.
The choir, she was right up front, and she was looking me dead in the eyes. She was motioning me to look at her and
Could you
whispering.
see in her eyes the way she was trying to kill you? Like you could just
Yes.
you just watch and it's like, oh, stabbing, shooting, poisoning.
But no, like the thing was, I had like begged for a part, you know, because I had never really done this before, and I thought, oh yeah, theater's my thing. Well, tech theater's my thing now, but that doesn't.
I mean, to be fair, you didn't seem all too camera shy when we were so. This is a bit of backstory.
Oh God! I
In
swear to God, if any of the footage gets-
in my life of trying to be a YouTube star.
How'd this go?
Okay.
Yeah, what happened to
so-
that Drake?
Your
Where's all the
channel's still
videos?
on?
Okay,
His
so
channel's still
I feel
there.
like we need to like
He hasn't
find
posted a
those
video in a couple
videos.
weeks.
in my life, I've had four YouTube channels. The first one was from like 2006, and that was when I was just a tiny child trying to figure out what the internet was. And I uploaded AMVs, which, if you don't know what an AMV is,
Stop
Please
right
stop.
there.
Stop now.
Take clips
Right there.
from take clips
Stop
from
now.
a TV show and you match it up to music.
Okay,
And
just a
I
TV
loved doing
He wasn't very
those.
specific.
Thank you for not being specific.
So I took punk rock and anime and merged them.
There it is. There it is.
Like, you just
That's
imagine-
almost lame as what we
So
said.
that
Just
was-
imagine songs
like
for
two
years.
So that was years ago. Then my buddy, my pal, my friendo, I still keep in contact with him. Xavier Preve, do you remember him?
I remember him. Like,
Yeah, related to Aaron.
Admittedly, I kind of scrolled through his like profile once, and I don't even know what happened. Like, what's going on?
He seems different, but that's not the point. The point is, I started
Don't
making
subscribe.
these fantastically horrible videos with Xavier. Where we would just take Nerf guns. All we did was we took Nerf guns, we walked around with them, and I put like heavy metal in the background. And it was the greatest thing. And I don't understand where my train of thought
If there's
was.
a master
Boy.
puppets one out there, I want to see it.
No, it was usually like covers. Like I took an Adele song and I found a like rock cover. It was
Oh my
so bad.
God.
It was Set Fire to the Rain, and it was done on like heavy metal guitar, and it was the whole. It was so bad.
Rumor has it, heavy metal style.
Then, like the following summer, I think, Connie approached me because both of us. So I went through, I think, the 4 stages of teenagerness.
Yeah.
So it was
Cringy.
it was punk.
Cringe.
Punk
Cringe.
was
Cringe.
back in probably 9th grade. Wait, you remember? I was like sweater and sweatpants, and that was all I would wear ever.
That's all I always wear. That's what I've always worn since middle school.
And I had like hair longer than I ever have now, where it's just like hair was down to here, and I never showered. It was bad. So that
Yeah,
was.
it was.
Except for the no showering thing, I wish I had.
So that was punk stage. Then it was
Cringe.
rebellious stage, which lasted a couple of months, where I was just like heavy metal, and that was the Xavier part where we were doing Nerf guns and stuff. Because he and I were convinced we wanted to be military people.
Oh.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Not well. Bauer and Xavier would get along real well.
Oh dear.
Probably.
Then there was Edge Phase.
Oh, the cringe
And
phase.
Edge Phase was where I discovered creepypastas.
Yep,
And
yep,
yeah.
that's how it went.
That's how that works.
Connie
We
went
discovered creepypastas. Welcome to the edgy phase.
Connie went through Edge Phase at the same time I did, so we both looked at each other. We said, "Hey, you know it'd be great
If we made a Slender Man channel.
Yes." So we tried.
Cringe.
So for about.
Cringe.
So for about.
About like a week. It lasted a week.
So it was
Cringe.
me, Connie, a
Cringe.
friend of Connie's named Ken, and we just all we did. Like we had this whole thing planned. We were gonna do like a whole series of videos. It was like intricate. There were subplots.
Subplot inside
yeah.
the subplot.
Oh yeah, my packs had packs. And then we filmed 3 videos of just walking around in the woods, and then nothing happened.
Yeah.
It was
That was pretty much
You know,
what
it'd be
happened.
funny if
Yeah,
there's
it
another
was-
side. If there's another story that instead of just walking around, you had the Slender Man chasing you, and Connie played the Slender Man.
Xavier has a
Oh my god, hold on. Can we just take
Short
a moment?
Slenderman.
Can we just take a moment?
Short Slenderman.
I want to rig up like tentacles that you can attach to your arms.
Connie is Slenderman.
Can we actually do that now?
I think that would be more terrifying than
That would be. See,
That would
Connie
be-
would have you in a Slenderman suit. That'd be terrifying.
Slender Man remastered. You gotta come back to
Short
I
Slenderman.
like the image.
5'2.5".
I like the image of someone playing the Slender game, where instead of like you turn around, he's there. You turn back around, you walk. You turn around, he's like right behind you. I like the image of just like the
And
short
him
Slenderman
running
is
at
still
you.
running at you.
Wait, you turned around.
Yeah.
The legs are just
It's like he tries to be motionless, then just falls over.
No.
Whack.
See, it's a 5'2" Slender Man with a level 93 being drill.
So the musical.
Moving back to that. Not to talk about cringe.
Best experience.
I've honestly done a lot of stuff when it comes to theater. I did like 8 years of actually being an actor through Shade Tree and a couple school plays. And then I realized I was really bad.
Same.
And I was like, why am I doing this? I don't like to be in front of people. I don't like having pressure on me when people are looking. I swear to God.
We all just
You will probably make me cry.
I have to check something just real quick.
Is it recording?
Yes, we have 6 minutes left.
We love you.
And so then I started getting more into the tech side, like through Shade Tree. You kind of like were always doing running crew, even if you
That's where
were.
that got to.
If you were an actor, you would like usually like bring a prop or a set piece on if it was like a little table or something. So I've done a lot of that, and then I worked last year. I joined the tech theater class, and so then I worked a lot on the children's play and then the one-act plays, and then this is my first time doing the musical here at Legacy, and it'll be fun.
Are you going to be involved in the next one act plays?
Yes, I will. I'm very
yeah.
excited.
Oh yeah, I'm
When-
so
when
excited
is-
for
when
when
is-
that
when is
competition.
that?
I have no.
I believe the competition is in like what,
It's
April,
in
May?
Yeah, it's next semester.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
like halfway
gonna
through.
make sure to get you and Drew at least on that, because Drew is going to be in the one acts too.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh my
like I
God.
should be a part of that.
I feel like
Connie,
I should.
not everything's about you.
I don't understand.
But what you
It
said
is
at the
about
start,
me.
it's not all about you. So, Dalton, you said, speaking of performing in plays.
Yeah,
When I was when I was in 6th grade, they did this thing. It was like, I don't even remember what it was.
This just for clarification, all good stories start with a throat clear.
The longer the throat clear, the better. So we were chosen for this like NDFA, something like that. It was like this kids thing, and we did all sorts of different stuff. Like all sorts of different things, and you had to sign up for it, and you were chosen based on your skill. So there's lots of competition. That's not a thing in 6th grade. They don't have competition in elementary school. So what happened was,
I don't know what elementary school you went to.
they came.
Same.
I went to Miller.
I went to my living room.
They came to. So
There was more competition in your living room than in Miller.
So they came to.
My sister and I, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, they were a bunch of my friends and I signed up. You know, we're all cool dudes. We want to do that. And then when it came time to choose the people, it came to our class, and then the 2 names were on the board. There was one girl, I don't remember who it was, and then there was me. And then we got to the first rehearsal, and I was the only guy there.
Oh, man.
Been there.
Been there. On top of that, I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then we got into like the actual performance that we did at the Civic Center, mind you, in front of a lot of people. And I was still the only guy.
Oh my god, are you serious?
I'm really serious here. And like, we did all sorts of songs, like different, like we did singing songs, we did instrumental songs. I remember they gave me the weirdest parts. Like they gave me like the secondary parts for singing, which I can see, but then we got to the parts of like the xylophones and metallophones and everything. They gave me a small piece of like those tiny finger cymbals you play with.
Those are the most fun to play. As a percussionist, you are honored to get the finger cymbals. That is boss.
I want that on a shirt. Someone, please.
I love the finger
I will
cymbals.
buy that shirt.
I will too. That sounds amazing.
I am honored to have the finger symbol.
You just go ting.
The world's smallest finger symbol.
The world's smallest
No,
violin.
You don't play them like this. There are 2 cymbals, and you like have to go like this, and it's fantastic, and I love it.
Freaking tastic.
You will be honored to get the weird, quirky parts. Like triangle, that is also an honor. I am proud to say I
I got
get
one
that
more
part.
that we did not do for this thing.
More
so we
cringe.
had to do. It was like a storytelling thing, but it was told through a song, and I played the role of the dragon.
Were you the only guy again?
And hold on.
Oh, really?
Hold on here. And the funniest part is like we had to dance when we did it, so I had like these pieces of satin cloth that were like orange and red for fire. And on top of that, this girl,
Did
I
you
think
have wings?
it was Mackenzie Houston. Shout out to Mackenzie Houston. Maddie's little sister. And then so basically, she made me this hat, and it was like they took a baseball hat and they paper mached a dragon head onto it. It looked basically like.
I approve.
The cringe is amazing.
I want like
So,
a, like,
hold
hold on. I want a
Connie,
t-shirt.
we have 5
I
minutes
want a
left.
t-shirt.
I've got more stuff too. Go guys.
I want a t-shirt.
Dalton,
with a
finish your
horror
story.
movie.
Basically, that not only was that top heavy, like it was really saggy, so I'd like to fall forward. They wanted me to
You
like
like to fall
they
forward,
they
too.
wanted me to put the pieces of satin in the teeth, like because it was an open mouth, so I'd like stuff the teeth in it, like stuff the satin.
Stuff the teeth in the satin.
So
And then I'm gonna go
basically-
ahead and guess that you had to like whip your hair back.
Yeah, no, I had to like, I would stand with my hand facing the ground and I'd throw it, and when the performance came, I threw it and I accidentally got the teeth in the whole hat came off. And then,
Yes!
Where's my head?
No. Then someone shouted. They go, "They've beheaded the dragon!"
Improv at its finest.
That is theater, right?
That is actually
Question.
theater.
Wait, was it an audience member?
No, it was.
Okay, it was
improv at
one of
its
the other
finest.
5th graders.
Okay,
So, question: do you
That
remember
is
the
theater in a
song?
nutshell.
I don't even know what the
Sing
song.
it.
No, it
Sing.
wasn't. It wasn't a
Sing.
I don't remember.
Sing the
No,
song.
like it was based off of a book, right?
One of us.
Was it Drew?
No, it wasn't Puff the Magic Dragon. Jesus.
Okay, yeah, so another thing.
Grace, no.
Too bad we're going.
Let her do it.
We will kill the battery or whatever it
The
is.
paper
It's the
mache.
amount of minutes we can record.
The paper
We're killing
mache brought back memories.
Triggered.
So like throughout, like a lot of the shade tree, my mom usually was like prop mistress. And so that
What a
was
title. What a title.